Shit up, put the hip shit on the shelf. Cause the way the real wealth is being real with self. My life has seen the glory of the coming to the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. It's time to switch it up, put the hip shit on the shelf. Cause the way the real wealth is being real with self. My life has seen the glory of the coming to the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help.
Money, money, money. All you got is like more than wealthy. I know he's like Kanye West says, having money is not everything, not having it is. Deuteronomy 8:18 says God gives us the ability to create wealth. No, it's the love of money that's more important. You don't like money so much, right? He doesn't go to work. Yeah, I do think about money. I'm just trying to leave a legacy for money. It's not everything, but when you got it, you can do some cool stuff. Now, your host for Talking Money in the Morning, financial health mentor to the working class, Mr. H Cortez.
Good morning, Black world, and welcome to Talking Money in the Morning Live with your main man, H Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, where I do my absolute best to bring practical yet proven wealth building strategies to working men and women all over this great nation of ours. Truly an honor, privilege, and a blessing to be coming to you live and direct from the Black Wealth Movement Studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. Guys, if you're serious about building generational wealth, but maybe you need a game plan, maybe you need a system, maybe you need a strategy, that's what the Black Wealth Movement is here for. Good morning, Bethany, Giovanni. Good morning. That's what the Black Wealth Movement is all about, man. How do you take your current income and start building generational wealth? That's what we do. How do you take your current income, which seems like it can barely take care of today's lifestyle? How do you take your current income and stretch that thing to include a generational wealth building game plan? A, you start a business so that you can minimize your taxes, so you can get a $200 to $600 pay raise on your job. Then you take that extra money and you use it for debt elimination. That's going to free up the money that you need to start building wealth via investments, right? Fix your credit along the way. And then we start building multi-generational wealth. That's the name of the game, man. It is not hard, while it's not easy either. You need a team, you need some coaching, some mentorship, you need a new game plan, you need a new money strategy. In fact, if you can admit today that I need a new money strategy, I want you to put new money strategy in the chat. See, some of us, when you think about it, you've been trying money your way for however long you've been on this planet. How's that working for you? Right? You've been trying money your way for as long as you've been on this planet. What's going on, Robert, personal economy coach in the building? How's that working for you? Put new money strategy in the chat if you feel that you need a new money strategy. And then today is Friday, y'all. They say pay yourself first. Well, unfortunately, most of y'all can't do that because Uncle Sam has already been paid. So at least pay yourself second. Take $35, join the Black Wealth Movement, and for less than $50 a month, you have your own business. We will teach you how to build generational wealth. Text Black Wealth Movement to 314-874-6887. Again, text Black Wealth Movement to 314-874-6887, or go to moreinfo.joincorteznow.com. Do me a huge favor. If you're checking this out on YouTube, then I want you to subscribe to the channel because we flood the internet with good quality content that's going to help you in your business and or your finances. So you want to subscribe to the channel. If you have not already rated the show, thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't make me know, never mind. Just rate it either way. And we would love to get your reviews because that's what helps us get better wealthy artists. I see you tuning in on the YouTube feed. I appreciate you for joining us this morning. For those of you who are new, we like to let you know exactly who this show is for. This show is for risers and grinders only, man. If you're ready to get up, get out, and get something this morning, then this is your show. This show is about legacy builders. So if you're like me, before I lay down to sleep, I'm thinking, what am I going to do tomorrow? What are my plans for next week, next month, next year, next 5 years, next 10 years to make sure my children's children are proud to bear my last name? If that's what you think, then this show is for you. On the other hand, Faith, good morning. Dexter, good morning. On the other hand, who is the show not for? The show is not for the people who don't want nothing out of life. If you start hanging around watching this show too long, you're going to develop some ambition. And if you don't want anything out of in your life, the last thing you want to do is start developing some ambition. So we ask you to exit stream stage left. And I promise we won't miss you. Like I tell you each and every morning, I don't have a problem with you not wanting to be wealthy. I only have a problem with you when you have a problem with me and you try to stop me from building wealth, right? You try to make me feel guilty about building wealth. Guys, let me just put this on you before we start the show. What's wrong with you going hard after money to get money as an issue out of the way for maybe 7 to 10 years? 7 to 10 years, you just go hard to get your money issues out of the way. Guys, that's barely a tenth of your life, right? And the same people that will tell you that you shouldn't be chasing money will tell you to stay in school for at least 12 years, sometimes 16 years, sometimes 20 years to get a degree so that you can do what? Go chase money. Don't let nobody make you feel guilty about wanting to build a legacy for you and your family. Today's show is also brought to you by Financial Health Insurance. Guys, there are 6 pillars to building wealth: entrepreneurship, tax minimization, debt elimination, credit education, asset accumulation, and asset protection. If you do not have life insurance, or if you don't think you have enough coverage, I want you to go to financialhealthinsurance.com, fill out the little form, and let a licensed professional get back in touch with you and get you a free quote, man. It's harmless, no obligations. Just let people know, you at least want to know what you can afford as far as life insurance. Because a lot of times we don't have life insurance because we think we cannot afford it. Man, the life insurance game is trained so dramatically. There's something out there for everybody. A lot of people think, man, I had a stroke, or man, I'm a little overweight, or man, I'm on cholesterol medicine, so I can't get covered. That's a lie, man. Go to financialhealthinsurance.com. Let us see if we can't get you covered today. So you guys know what today is, man. It's free business coaching Fridays. We call it free game Fridays because I give up the game for free. I don't charge you for this session. All you got to do is put the name of your brand in the chat and then ask your question about what it is that you're struggling with in business, branding, marketing, finance, anything you think I can help you with, then I want to help you, right? There's a lot of entrepreneurs on this stream where I can't help. Maybe one of them know the answer to your question. So don't be shy, man. If I cannot help you unless I know what you need help with. I mean, come on. So type in the chat. Even if you don't need help or don't have a question, you should still type in the chat the name of your brand and a little bit about what you do. No links, name of your brand, a little bit about what you do. You never know who's on this stream willing to connect with you, right? I mean, let me help you understand that the stream is live on Facebook and YouTube right now. It's also live on my personal blog at tv.financialhealthmentor.com. When it's over, it also gets syndicated to Blog Talk Radio, which pushes it out to iTunes and Stitcher for download on a podcast. This show has a potential reach of just over 100K. So you mean to tell me you don't want to put the name of your brand in the chat so I can shout it out and maybe somebody hearing the sound of my voice at some point today or in the future want to connect with wealthy artists out of New Jersey? That just intrigued them. They said, man, what is wealthy artists about? Let me go do a Google search on that. Let me go see if I do a YouTube search on that. Let me go do a Facebook search on that and see if I can find out who this wealthy artist person is. If you're not shouting you out, I don't know who is, right? So many of us seem to be afraid to let people know that we're in business, man. You're not making any money if you're a secret agent business person. What if Microsoft had only tried to sell computers to to Bill Gates' friends and families? What if that was their only focus? What if nobody knew about Microsoft except for Bill Gates' friend, Paul Allen's, their friends and family? That's not how business is done, y'all. Look at every other business and how much they're in your face every time you turn around. And y'all don't want to post on social media about your business. I don't want to offend nobody. I don't want people to think I'm pushy. Man, I'm pushy as hell. Join the Black Wealth Movement. Join the Black Wealth Movement. Join Monetize My Life Academy. Buy my book. Buy my course. I'm trying to help people. I provide a service that helps people. But if no one knows the service exists and they're praying every night for a new money strategy, but I'm not in front of them saying, hey, I have a new money strategy, then they're going to go and, you know, get Dave Ramsey's program. They're going to go get Susie Orman's program. They're going to go get somebody else's program unless I let them know that I have a program, right? Unless I let them know that I have a program. So Bethany, I am a whole health and wellness expert. I teach people how to be proactive. Wait a minute. Somebody else is coming. SB Essential Oils. I teach people how to be proactive in taking care of their immune system. And I specialize in helping people overcome traumatic situations through essential oils. That is SB Essential Oils. Body by Basel, helping others to become their best version of themselves. And then Ink It T-shirt, signs, and more LLC. What's up, family? What do you have on your minds that you think I can help you with from a branding, a marketing standpoint? Maybe it's social media, maybe it's email marketing, maybe it's website, maybe I don't know what you need help with, but I'm pretty successful at what I do. And I could probably help you, or at least point you in the right direction. So let me know if you have questions. If you do not have questions, then we just recap the shows that we did earlier this week. We had a fantastic week of shows, man. It was nothing short of amazing, y'all. Nothing short of amazing. I mean, you talk about yesterday's show, 9 keys to perfect a pleasant personality. We know that having a negative personality is one of Napoleon Hill's 31 major causes of failure. So you have to understand the power in having a pleasant personality, man. So we gave all 31. We recapped we actually went over all 9, and then we gave you some action steps on getting. So question, what advice can you give people who fear starting their own business? So one of the things that we talked about in overcoming some of the causes of failures is looking at the effect, or recognizing the damage that not starting a business is causing. See, a lot of times we look at the things that are keeping us in, and that keep us from doing something, and we say, hey, I don't want to start a business because I don't have a business mindset. I don't want to start a business because I'm a little afraid that I might fail. I don't want to start a business because I don't think I have the education. I don't think I have the skill sets. I don't like to sell. Nobody's going to buy from me. See, we think of all the things that affects us and is keeping us from starting a business. I want you to think about the damage that not starting a business is causing. If you don't start a business or start doing something to pursue generational wealth, look at all the damage that's going to cause to your family long term. Look at the damage that not being business minded has caused the Black community in general over time. Look at the damage. We can say that some of the damage that's causing the deterioration of the Black community is a result of us not having enough business and not having enough pride in business so that we can create jobs for our young people so they won't run the streets and get caught up in a bunch of negative life cycles that's causing them to kill, rob, and steal from one another. See, look at the things that not having a business is causing in your life. We look at the things that from a personal standpoint, I'm afraid of starting a business because I'm scared. Well, look at the generation that's coming behind you, that if you don't start a business and show them that it can be done, how many of them going to also be scared? So one of the things I would say for someone being afraid to start a business is don't just look at yourself, look at the impact that not starting a business is having on your family and your community, and then look at the impact that it could have if you stop being selfish, overcome your own fears or whatever's keeping you from starting a business, and look at the impact that it could have. So Joyce Barnes says, I'm a business consultant with a focus on the diversity and process improvement. My business name is Mind for Consulting, and my motto is your business operating first class? A business should be operating. Wait a minute. Let me do that. Trying to see more. Operating first class throughout the whole organization. Appreciate that. So that is business for Mind for Consulting, business consulting business. All right. So you guys understand that. So if you have, for people who are afraid to start a business, man, look at the damage that you're causing by not starting the business, and then look at the impact that you're neglecting the world because you won't get out of your own way, overcome your own fear. So it's having a difficult time finding the right MLM company to partner with to share products. As I grow in my knowledge, I had to break myself away from old partnerships with MLM. I feel I have a pretty good following, but not making any money, not truly having something to promote. Giovanni, let me send you some information on Longevity. Longevity is a line of products that, if you're not familiar with Dr. Joe Wallet, he got some great products that, and I'm talking about tens of thousands of products. I'm sure you can find, between 7 to 10 of those products that you would be able to promote. So I'll send you some info, and we can talk offline about that particular brand. But it's all a matter of doing research and finding the one brand. And sometimes it might not be a single company. It might be a couple of different companies where this company has the best vitamins and mineral supplements, but this company has the greatest shakes and smoothie recipes, right? And then you might even look at not maybe a MLM company might not be the lick for you. Maybe you need to just look at becoming affiliates of several different individual products offered by multiple companies where there is no MLM affiliation. You just make commissions by selling individual products. Now, I will say this. The major difference between MLM and affiliate marketing is you get to build leveraged income with a good MLM. Affiliate marketing, you get to make good money on just the products that you sell, but without being able to build a downline, the minute you stop selling products, it's a wrap. Your income stops. But with MLM, you can sell products and make the income and build a team and build leveraged income and residuals over time. So I'll inbox you some stuff on Longevity. Yeah, in fact, you can go to longevity.joincorteznow.com. Longevity, YOUNGEVITY. It's a play on young and longevity. So longevity.joincorteznow.com. but we can talk a little bit about that. Faith, footprintsscs.com, no links, Faith, but definitely tell us the name of your brand and what it is you do. I want to heal the community by breaking the poverty mindset and help them overcome and avoid financial pitfalls and generational disparity. I love it. I love it. We're in the same vein. Peace and blessings. Double A is in the building. 13 Entertainment LLC out of St. Louis, Missouri. Let us plan and promote your next event. Wealth building movement. I haven't figured out how to market my fan page. I see it as informational using my econ and carrot bars. I haven't figured out how to really connect everything. So what you have to look at when you're trying to build and promote a business, first thing most people do not understand is you are the brand, Shani. You are. What do I mean by you are the brand? I want you to think about why you joined with my econ and why you joined with carrot bars. Why? What made you say yes to those two opportunities? And when you identify that, that's who you market to. Other people. So I know you're a mom of two. I know you're married. I know you got a family. And I know legacy is important to you. Do the people you're trying to market to know that legacy is important to you? Right? There's a reason that I go through my whole 10-minute warm up to the show every morning, because it lets people get an inside look at to what I am and what I'm about. I'm about economic empowerment in the Black community, starting with your family first. I would do just about anything outside of compromising my integrity and my family to help my community build economic empowerment for the purposes of developing and transforming our communities. People need to know the person behind the brand. That's why I'm always screaming to y'all, turn your camera on and introduce yourself to the world. I'm a Carrot Bars affiliate, and of course, I'm a My Econ associate. Those are two wonderful programs, but people need to know why you in particular, Channy, think they're wonderful. And you'll start attracting people to you based on that. Scroll up to see my question. I think I did get that question, Giovanni. I think I did answer that about your difficulty with MLM. All right, let's see. Who else do we have? Yeah, Young Living would be a good company based on they focus on wellness and you're about fitness and health. Yep. Keep pushing the community forward, brother. Thank you for that, Thomas H. Clifton. My man is in the building. If you need a attorney in, I believe he's in North Carolina. Good business coach as well. Check out his podcast and everything he's got going on. Says I need assistance with marketing strategy. Faith, that's what we do at Monetize My Life Academy. I just put together a brand new package for people who are trying to get into just the branding and marketing just in general. It is 9 ebooks on branding and marketing, and I think 8 core. Oh, I got the list right here. So how about this for branding and marketing? How about this for branding and marketing? $47, right? $47. If you're interested in this, shoot me an inbox and I'll give you a link. Here's what I'm doing for you for $47. Here are the ebooks that are included in this package. 10 secrets to highly lucrative video marketing. Monetize and utilize your website. Number 2. Number 3, social media advantage. That's using social media to build your business. Number 4, the passage to passive income. These are all ebooks. Number 5, goal setting powerhouse. Number 6, list building firepower. Number 7, simple SEO. Number 8, free website traffic methods. And number 9 is a bonus Bitcoin 101. So for $47, These are all the ebooks that are included in this package. Now, that's about $300 worth of ebooks for $47. But I didn't stop there, because when I put that out to begin with, people say, hey man, is there a video component or a video companion to go along with those ebooks? How about this for video? You get my coaching session on brand building basics, how to come up with your brand name, your tagline, how to identify your target market, brand building basics, how to win with Facebook ads. It's another 1-hour course on how to properly win with Facebook ads, stay under the radar and out of Facebook jail. How to build a Weebly website. Some of you guys don't have websites yet because you can't afford to pay someone to do it. Here's a class on how to do it yourself. It's 3 hours, 2 parts, right? Video marketing, my coaching on how I use video to explode my business. My fan page has nearly 100,000 followers because of what I do with video, right? Lead generation live workshop. How do you generate leads? These are video courses to go along with the ebooks, right? List building made easy. You're not making money online or marketing a business if you're not building an email list, right? SEO revolution. If you're building a website, if you're using YouTube, you need to know search engine optimization so people find your website and find your YouTube videos. Rapid lead magnets. You're not generating leads if you're not building lead magnets. Big traffic fire sale, a video course on how to get traffic to your website, and then a free bonus, which is an audio course on the Geek's Guide to SEO, which is download. $47, man. How many courses is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 courses. That's probably 12 hours worth of video course content and 9 ebooks for $47. You talking about getting your brand all the way right? Yeah, we got it. Can I inbox you my cell number and speak with you more? I think she's talking to Giovanni. Thanks for the shout out. Absolutely. This is what we do here. We're all about collaboration and not competition. Some people would say and look at that and say, wait a minute, Cortez, you're a business coach and consultant. Don't you want to hide that comment? Don't you see her comment as spamming on your show? No, all of us have a place at the table. All of us bring a unique proposition to the business world. And I want you to win just like you want me to win. So I have no problem. That's what Free Game Fridays is all about. You shouting your services out so you can connect with people on here whose business is not being run in a first class way. All right. It says, okay, Bethany, we'll inbox you and I'll talk, take a look. All right, cool. Personal economy coach. I coach people to help relieve stress of the financial burdens and build wealth. Also have a clothing line called Powerful and Empowered Citizen. It is a line about affirmation and spiritual confirmation. Express yourself boldly. All right, cool. Who else we have? A brand is not a logo. That is your why. How did it impact you? Said a brand is not a logo. That is your or what is your why? How did it impact you? I'm struggling with that question. That is your why, or maybe you're saying, what is your why? For me, it's generational. For me, see, I am the brand. I am the brand, right? Who am I and what impact am I trying to leave on the world? And what tools, resources, and services can I offer the world to help make that impact? So you're right. A brand is not a logo. A logo is part of the brand. The brand is, to me, the message, right? The brand is the message, and the marketing is the ability to get that message in front of the right people. Does it make sense? The brand is the message. What is the message that the Black Wealth Movement wants to put out? What is the message that H Cortez and Monetize My Life Academy is putting out. What is the message? That is the brand. And if you see the logo for Monetize My Life Academy, it's a graduation hat with the word Monetize My Life Academy. Then it says get paid to live, because in Monetize My Life, the message is turn your know-how and your passions into profit. So the logo is a visual representation of the message. The tagline, get paid to live, that's a written representation of the message. So your brand is the message. Now, how you market means how do you get that message in front of the right people, right? So you need branding and you need marketing. You need to cultivate your message via image, via text, via video, via audio. That's your messaging. And then how do you get that message in front of the right people is marketing, right? Hopefully I answered that question. Ebooks are an easy way to create another stream of income. Absolutely, Brandy. What's going on, Kevin Shaw? Great information. Summer, if you have a business or a brand, Summer, let us know so that we can shout you out as well. Come on, guys, keep your questions coming. Nobody, no questions on YouTube? Let us know how we can help you with your business. Do you need me to follow up or expound on anything that we just talked about here? Trademarking and copywriting. You want to get with my man, attorney Clifford Lofton for that. But no, Clifton Thomas Clifton is the attorney. But trademarking and copywriting, I would say trademarking, if you got to spend the money, you spend the money on the trademarking more so than the copywriting. See, copywriting, like for instance, this show right here is automatically being copywritten as I'm producing it. As I'm talking to you live, this show is being copywritten. What is a copyright? It is your proof of your ownership of your creation. Now, I can go a step further and file it with the state and with the feds to really draw up paperwork to say I own it. But I have proof I own it because this video is timestamped. It's me. So no one can go out and say that they own this show unless they can prove that I gave them written authorization and written signature waiving my rights of ownership and transferring ownership to them. Now, am I saying that you would never go out and copyright something? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're going to trade, so for instance, this logo is not trademark, meaning paperwork, but I have a paper trail that shows I own this. That's enough to challenge anybody who tries to use that logo, right? Because the person who designed it for me can prove and support that, yes, they created that logo for me. I have a receipt for logo creation and all. So trademarking and unless you have something that you're working on behind the scenes and you're going to slam it on the industry all at once, when you slam it on the industry, it's already worth millions. You might want to protect that with trademarks behind the scenes. But if you're building as you go, I wouldn't recommend spending the hundreds of dollars to get certain things trademarked, certain things copywritten, because you just don't need to. You just don't need to. You have proof of ownership and you can challenge anybody. Like I said, unless you're building something behind the scenes and you don't know if somebody else is building something similar behind the scenes. So you might want to think about doing it in that case. But if you're building as you go, logos and things of that nature, you know, I wouldn't spend the money on it. So it was not a question, but a statement like, okay, your brand is not just the logo. Yes, it is your why. Gotcha. People do not buy the product, they buy you. Absolutely, absolutely. There we go. I thought that's where you were going with it. Okay, understood. Ashley said she understands. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, if you got something that's kind of, you know, you're building networks behind the scenes, and you're building. So I've got, like, for instance, my digital media company, right? So a lot of stuff being built behind the scenes, and I might throw the TM on my logos when I hit, because I don't want that is something that someone else can try to steal and say, oh no, we also had a digital media company named this, right? And they could try to steal your thunder. But for the most part, people aren't trying to steal names and things of that nature and infringe on copyrights. It's when you're doing something in a space that's really competitive, and there's chances that someone could be having the same thought that you're having, and they're doing something, and you guys can end up dropping some stuff at the same time. You might want to protect yourself in that way, right? See, I see you change your banner. Talk about rebranding. Does it always have to be new logos, new look, or just change in offers and how you present it? Let's see. Yes, so a rebranding could be all of that, and it could be pieces of that, Corbell. A rebranding could be a completely new rework of everything, stripping the whole business down, business model change. It could mean so much, or it could mean just changing the banner on your background, right? So it could mean a lot, or it could mean a little, but basically, I think people rebrand, or there's a need for rebranding when you got to building before you identified your target market or your target audience. And what I mean by that is, you can start building a business. You say, hey, here's what I want to do, and here's what I want to connect with, not knowing that what you're doing and what you're connecting with is what you're doing, and how you're trying to connect is connecting with a completely different audience. And there's a different audience resonating with what you're doing. So you might say, you know what? This is actually what I was trying to do when I said I was going here. I really was intending to go here. I just didn't know how to get there. Now that you understand that, hey, my content is resonating over here, now let me rebrand to solidify the messaging to this target audience. Let me rebrand to make sure that everything that I put out in image, in text, in audio, and in visual actually resonates more with this particular audience than this audience. So a rebranding could be a complete rework from the ground up, or it could be some tweaks to some things that you have going on and that you're doing right now. And then sometimes a rebranding could be taking a piece out of what you do and just spin that out and make that its own brand altogether, right? So sometimes you think about certain companies who have maybe 3 or 4 different target demographics, and sometimes what they have to do is, I can't effectively reach everybody with these 3 products under this umbrella. In order for me to really get this product out of the gate and off the ground, I need to spin this product out and create its own umbrella, its own brand. And then I can create ancillary products that supports this umbrella. But I might have to take it, and that's what you see me do with Monetize My Life Academy. As the branding and marketing coach and the financial coach, I was doing that all together. And I actually had to take Monetize My Life Academy, the branding and marketing, and I had to take it out from under Financial Health Mentor and create its own standalone brand. And then I can go and create other products, other services, other individual branded things that all support Monetize My Life Academy. Does that make sense? So you really have to kind of just do. It just depends on the situation, but you can look at it from a variety of ways. Is my business model itself holding me back? If so, and I have to change the whole business model, chances are you have to rebrand the entire business. If my business model is straight and maybe I just have the wrong products that I'm pushing under this business model, but I love all of my products, you might have to take a product out and make it its own brand. And now the products that remain actually fit under this brand and can support this brand without a contradiction, right? Just my thoughts on that, man. I'm not the best and the greatest at everything, but I have an opinion about everything. Had a media idea, but don't know where to start. Well, it starts right there with a great idea, David, but it depends. So short movies. So what I would say, David, man, is when it comes to media, so many people get caught up in Hollywood, right? You guys are familiar with what Monique is going through right now. Netflix only offered her $500,000. There is nothing that in me that tells me that Monique can't spend $5 grand today and put out a quality product that will make her $1 million next month. Why the heck you care that Netflix only offered you 500 grand? See, we're thinking that when it comes to media, the only point of reference we have is Hollywood. The only reference we have is Hollywood. Therefore, we want to do everything big, grand, Hollywood style. I got to spend 100 grand on a production of my little short movie. Nope. The digital age allows you to go straight to consumer. The digital age allows you to go straight to your consumer. I don't need to go through distribution. I don't need to go through any other channels. Put your short film together. Now, this is something that I would copyright officially, right? Put your short film together, copyright it, and start putting it out there. Then turn around, and as your budget grows, as the support for the film grows, you reproduce it at a higher quality, and you introduce it to bigger and bigger audiences. But you don't have to go MGM grand today. Put one scene together of one of your little short films using your smartphone, using your cameras, using some basic lights that you can buy from Home Depot, and just put that thing together and piece it together so that people can see a general idea of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And then as the budget grows, as you grow support for what you're doing, then you can always redo it in better quality to reach more people. Makes sense. It says, you and your followers are helping me. I have been inspired. I just applied for my business name, and next week I'm going to apply for my business license and tax ID. Love it, man. Love it, love it, love it. Any ideas on how to streamline my target community? So when I teach how to target a market, I always teach you the first look in the mirror. Why are you doing what you're doing? What attracted you to what you're doing? How is what you're doing impacted you? Who are you? Right? And I like to do this exercise from time to time when people ask me about target marketing. If any of these are you, I'm going to show you how I targeted my market. If any of these are you, my target market is ages 33 to 47, right? If you're in the age group between 33 to 47, I want you to put age in. My target market tend to be married men, right? So the brothers on the stream, if you're married, I want you to put married in the chat. My target market, most of the men in my target market are either a coach or a mentor in some capacity. If you're a coach or a mentor, I want you to put coach or mentor. See, what I do is I introduce the world to who I am, and I attract people like me. Most of the ladies who are on the stream have husbands who share similar character traits that I exhibit. Right? Most of the married women, even those who are committed relationships, they can say, you know what, Cortez, you remind me in some ways of my husband. You guys think alike, you talk alike. You see, you are the brand. So look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, here is who I am. Here is what's important to me. Here's why it's important to me. And let the world know that, and you'll start attracting people to you who have similar views, right? And then when you go beyond that, you start looking at demographics. Where do you live? Right? What is your income bracket? What is your age? Those are your demographics. Then you start looking at sociographics. What are the things that I like to do to have fun? How do I like to socialize? What are the communities that I like to hang out with? What kind of people, what kind of activities do I like to do? Those are sociographics. Guess what? There's a lot of people on the stream that like to do the exact same things that I like to do, because you attract who you are. Then you have psychographics, right? What are the deeply embedded beliefs? I have a lot of Christians on the stream because I'm a Christian man, right? And even those who are not Christians are deeply spiritual because I'm a spiritual person, right? The way I believe, Black economic empowerment is a belief system. I attract a lot of people who are into Black economic empowerment and trying to uplift the Black community, right? Those are psychographics, right? Identify all of these things about yourself, and you put yourself in front of people, and you wear that stuff on your sleeve, and you'll start attracting people who are just like you. And then you can kind of customize and tailor your products and services to those individuals who are just like you. All right. Cool. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. So let's see. Yep. Let's see. Beth and David, inbox me and I'll connect you with Hank Bird, who has produced several short films, and he would be able to help you tremendously. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So you see, these guys are married coaches, mentors. That's kind of what we do, man. Awesome. You gave me my answer. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. That's what we do, man. It's a matter of us helping and looking out for one another, right? Phil says mentor youth and family ministries. Again, goes back to my target. I attract people like me. So look yourself in the mirror, and chances are when you start out originally, you're going to be attracting people like you. And now that I've grown, I'm starting to attract people like the person that I'm becoming. That's the next evolution, right? You start out attracting people like you who are as you are. And then as you start to grow, you start to attract people like the person you are becoming. And that's the next level evolution, because you need to attract people like who you're becoming, because they're going to help pull you to get there. The people you attracted based on who you were at the time, they're going to push you. And then you start attracting people who are like the person you're becoming, and they're going to pull you. So you need both push and pull. That's why you get around people who stretch you from the top, and you're getting away from, or you're trying to elevate or grow from the person that you currently are. And now you have people below you pushing you from the bottom, even if it's in a negative way, right? You're trying to run from friends who don't want nothing out of life. Well, they're pushing you because you keep seeing their behavior. You're saying, hey, I'm not going to be doing this 5 years from now. So they're pushing you from the bottom. And then you're looking at people who have greater success than you, and you say, that's what I want to be doing in 5 years. And now they're pulling you from the top. And that accelerates your growth. A lot of times we only have the situations we're running from. So we're being pushed from the bottom and we're growing slowly because we don't have the added fuel of coaches and mentors above us to be pulling us from the top as well. Any other questions? That's me now. I said I've been pushed from the old squad. Yeah, it's nothing wrong being pushed from the old squad, but also get some people that are at a different level, that are vibrating on a higher level that you aspire to be like. Find some people that you say, you know what? Here's where I want to be. I want to be where they are now in 5 years, and let those people pull you while you're letting the people that you're the old squad push you away. You want to be being pulled to something, right? Because the old Bible scripture says that when one demon was left or pushed out, it left the space empty and it did not get filled with any new space or any new entity. And because you didn't fill or replace that which was pushed out, that old demon came back with 7 friends, right? The old demon came back with 7 friends. So you have to just not remove a negative thought from your mind. You have to replace it with a positive thought. Otherwise, that empty space is going to attract more negative thoughts. Yes, it's now the new squad is like the old squad, but on a positive side of life. Got you. That's how it works, man. Any other questions before we run, man? It's a 1 minute after 8. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I didn't do a book excerpt or a quote of the day today, but it's all good, man. We had great dialogue. And this is what I prefer on Fridays. I don't like to have to recap the shows, but we don't have nothing to talk about. You guys don't have questions, then I just recap the shows. All right, well, just want to drop a couple things on you guys, man. I have some cool things coming up, man. My wife and I have a new radio show and podcast coming out. It's going to be super fantastic every Friday, starting 3rd week in February. You're going to be able to catch My Better Half and I on KOVLradio.com. I'm not going to put the name of the show out there until we start doing it because it's not copyrighted and trademark. But that's another example of, you got an idea for a radio show, you got an idea for a movie. Don't put that out there until you actually produce the first couple episodes. Now you have your digital thumbprint that says, hey, no, this is mine. I produced this win. And if somebody hears that show after your show and then they produce their show with the same name, then the timestamp says, nope, this show was in production a full 3 months before you came out with your show. So you're infringing on my copyright. You're copying me. Right? But it's going to be exciting, man. I can't wait to get to work with my wife in this capacity. I think it's going to be really fun. It's also going to be a do-it-yourself reality show. And this is what I'm doing. I don't have to wait or go pitch this idea to Bravo and wait for them to say, yes, we'll pick your show up and we'll make you a No, I can produce what I want to do from scratch and I can market to a small scale. Here's my final example. Like, if the name of the game for me is revenue to build a legacy for my family, then if I have 1,000 followers of a small self-produced reality show, and those 1,000 people, because they love the show, they love me, they love my wife, they love my family, they love what we're doing, they buy $100 worth of products from us every month. Between that 1,000, they buy $100 worth of product from us every month. How much is that again? 1,000 people spending $100 with me every month. How much is that again? I want y'all to get something, because so many of us are selling out our ownership of our creations for fame, and we're getting fame and no revenue. I can create something that touches the hearts and souls of 1,000 people that they could follow the show. And between the 1,000, not the same person buys something every month for $100, but between that 1,000, they spend $100 with me every month on something different. You see what I'm saying? So now I've just created a small following that I cater to and that I give value to. They might buy a shirt, they might buy a coffee mug, they might buy some coaching from me and my wife, they might buy a book, they might subscribe to a paid service or something. And with 1,000-person following with good products and services, 100 grand a month. 100 grand a month. And I own all of my own content. I own my show rights. I own everything. You know, same thing with my rapper friends, my R&B folks. I know some R&B singers, man, that are so cold with the game. I'm talking about so cold. And I'm like, you're spending 5, 10, 15 years to be discovered and to be signed to a label when you already have 2,500 faithful followers. Serve them. Serve them. That's what people aren't getting. This is the digital age. We can go direct to consumer with what we have. A very creative songwriter will write dozens of songs every single month. So you mean to tell me that you can't write and produce 7 CDs in a year, all different songs, and your 2,500 followers will buy that new CD that's coming out almost every month because you're putting new songs in, you're speaking their language. That 2,500 will buy that new CD for $10 every other month when it comes out. Now you're making 25 grand every other, or you're generating 25 grand in revenue every other month. Might be 20 grand in profit every other month after you've paid your expenses for studio time and stuff like that. And then you go and perform those tunes and those cuts in shows that you produce, and you cater to that audience. And when you get that audience in the studio or in the stadium, in the club, in the arena, you sell them your CDs, you sell them your t-shirts, you sell them your books, you sell them your posters. You don't have to go out and get this big time contract and sell your life away to make pennies on a dollar when you have it in you to make the whole dollar. All right? Does it really care? Does it really matter that you didn't sell 1 million CDs when your goal was to put food on the table for your family, and you're making 25 grand a month? And you own all of your own material? Or do you have to sell 1 million copies to make $10,000 a month, and you give up all the rights and ownership to all your stuff? But you're famous. Everybody knows your name, right? TLC. And they were splitting 50 grand or something like that. Right? So you got to think logically when it comes to business and not emotionally, right? Think business model and then scale, right? Because if I got those 2,500 followers and I'm putting the content out, I can think, okay, this is what it is, and this is how I started. I've got 25. Now, do the same thing in maybe another small town and get you 2,500 followers in that city. right? I'm in St. Louis. So maybe I do the same thing I did in St. Louis to get 25 faithful followers. I do that in Kansas City and get 25 faithful followers there. Maybe I do the same thing in Chicago, 4 hours east, and do the same thing. Maybe I do that same thing that I did in St. Louis to get 25 faithful followers. Maybe I do the same thing in Indianapolis. Now I have the ability to make, instead of 25 grand a month, 100 grand a month, because now I'm working 4 different tribes. So now when I go and do my show and sell my CDs in the St. Louis for a 2-night show, bang, and I get touch my followers here, I make 25 grand, 30 grand. Then I go the next weekend, I'm in Indianapolis, that same little 2,500 people. I'm not catering to everybody in Naptown. Everybody in Naptown don't even know me, but there's 2,500 people do. I connect with them via my social media. I let them know when I'm coming to town. Now I come to town, do a show, serve them, give them value, make 25 grand there. Then I do the same thing in Chicago. Chicago is a big place, man. Not 99.999 people of the people in Chicago have never heard of me, but 2,500 follow me faithfully. And when I say I'm coming, they come to the show, they support, they bring their friends, they have a good date night, and I make 25 grand there. Then I do the same thing in Kansas City. See what I'm saying? You got to own your product, man, and think business model and scale, right? Steve Harvey does a great little illustration of, if you can make $10, then whatever you did to make $10, I don't care if it's selling 1 CD, yeah, Powernomics, whatever you did to make $10, then do 10 times that to make $100. Whatever you did to make that $100, put in 10 times the effort to make $1,000. And you scale. But we have been duped and into believing that there is something wrong with humble beginnings. Nobody wants to start or build from scratch anymore. And that's a problem. Nobody wants to start and build from scratch anymore. All these rappers out here, man, saw what Master P did, saw what Cash Money did, saw what Jay-Z did, saw what Tech Nine has done, saw what I can't think of the brother's name out of Kansas City. These guys out the trunk, independent artists, ain't mega famous, but mega wealthy. Saw what Master P did. Master P told the distributor that I'm gonna get 85% and you gonna get 15%. You know why? Because they created their own. What's wrong with a rapper today or record label today creating their own record store or their own thing? Master P created his own record store, so that gave him a distribution outlet of his own. In his store, what did he sell? He sold his records. Right? But everybody's running around trying to get signed. I'm talented, I'm hot, sign me. No, if you're talented and you're hot, produce. Sell some records on your own first. Create your own buzz first. Think humble beginning and scale from there. So appreciate you guys for hanging on with me, even though we went a little bit over. I'm your main man, H Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor. Guys, Monetize My Life Academy's got the courses, got everything you need to build your brand. The Black Wealth Movement has got everything that you need to build wealth from scratch. Financial health insurance, man, get yourself some life insurance if you don't have any. Go fill out the form, www.financialhealthinsurance.com, and get a quote. See if you can afford some life insurance, or see if the life insurance you got is adequate, or you're paying too much, or whatever. Man, get yourself, do the responsible thing, y'all. Do the responsible thing and get yourself covered. If you're interested in any of those things, man, inbox me and let me know what you're interested in. Branding and marketing, I'll send you the link to grab the course for Monetize My Life Academy. 10 video courses and 9 ebooks for $47, man. You want to build your business and build your brand, that's a great investment for you to make. $35 to join my wealth building team, and roughly $50 a month to make some extra money teaching people financial strategies. Great investment to make. So till I talk to you next time, I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it, but more importantly, you deserve it, each and every one of you. Peace out, y'all.